Two. There we are. Hey, folks. How's it going? It's Wednesday. We made it halfway through the week. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. Let's just add some music. We always forget to add a bit of music. Feel like something fairly chill today. It's been a little bit of a non-stop stressful kind of day today, so we'll take it easy. Don't anything too chill because we want to be able to continue to stay awake. Be quite useful. Maybe some medieval medieval music. What sort of kind of fancy medieval lo-fi? That's normally a good choice. Put the audio on. Yeah, we can work with that. Yeah, not bad at all. Probably turn it down a little bit here. Yes. Awesome. Right, let's switch over back to here. Bring that away. Stream is unstable. I really need to look at my my settings. Let's have a look what's going on here. It says my stream is unstable. Like you click on the graph though, and it says, "Oh, it's stable. Oh, everything's good. No delays." So why is my stream manager page saying it's unstable, but then the stream inspector page saying it is stable? There's no unstable events. It was 20 seconds on Monday that was unstable, and 60 seconds on Friday. I'll keep that page open. Doesn't matter if it's a bit choppy here and there, as long as the audio is okay. And what I might have to do is bring my streaming bitrate down. So I'm streaming at 10K. Or 10 meg, I suppose. It's 10,000 kilobits per second. So that's 10 megabits per second I'm streaming, which is quite a high bit rate. So I should really bring that down. I'll do that after the stream. I'll bring my bit rate down a little bit, so the quality will diminish slightly, but if it keeps the stability, it's going to be a benefit for everyone, really. Right, let's switch on over to Blender, and we shall keep playing with our rock guy here. I would like to sort of get all the animations sorted for this character. The texturing could be better, but I reckon I need to go off and just practice doing things like texturing. But I just want to complete the character. And actually get playing with it in the game engine. I can kind of learn then if I've done anything wrong with the setup of this character, whether I need to change anything, because I don't want to start making everything, throw it into a game engine and go, actually no, I need to remake everything again. So once this golem is sort of to a standard I'm happy with, as far as functionality goes, we can change the way it looks later. But I want to start using this in the game engine and understanding how I'm going to interact. And then once I've got that basis down, I think at the very least my workflow should speed up. But it's kind of these initial stages. I'm just learning how to get there to begin with. But I'm going to build this entire project in such a way that it works in having the foundation in place. Once I've got the foundational elements in place, everything else will just be repeating what I've already built and not having to reinvent everything again and again. So I would build one tree mechanic, for instance. So trees react a certain way. A door mechanic. So certain ways that a door will behave. Which is kind of what I learned when I took software development, software engineering as a qualification. Is that you build your building blocks first, and then you build your application out of those blocks. And you just kind of find what you need the blocks of. And that's where kind of planning comes in. You need to plan what you need, plan what blocks you need, discover that, and then your job becomes so much easier because you're not building stuff as you're assembling it. You occasionally have to go, oh, that was not accounted for. I need to build this additional element that I did not consider. But if you've planned enough to begin with, you would discover that at that stage. So I need to kind of do that before I make anything too substantial within the game itself. But as far as the character models and the NPCs, a door is going to look like a door, a big rock golem is going to look like a rock golem. Unless I suddenly decide later on that fundamental parts of what a rock golem is changes. But yeah, that's why I want to complete this, see how it works in engine, and then I need to go back and do more planning around the functionality of the game. Do some prototyping, of course, and the prototyping will help me discover what I need. But yeah, once I'm there though, I feel very much like when you see new housing developments and buildings, and you see these guys spending months working on seemingly flat ground, doing absolutely no real change to what you can see, and then you come back 2 days later and they've built half a building. That's how I feel this project's going to go, or at least I'm planning for this project to go. That a lot of time and effort will be put into the foundational stage, and then from there it will just fly. But I might be naive. It might not work that way. But I feel that the effort put into the pre-stages, the planning stages, will pay off. At least I'm hoping. Well, enough chit chat. Let's have a look at these different actions I've got so far. Is assemble, attack 1, and scanning. Now I think I was pretty happy with attack 1. It could be improved, but I think fundamentally that's pretty good. scanning again could be improved, but and I believe I can play this animation in reverse if I wanted to assemble. Because I originally wrote this to be an assemble animation, but effectively went backwards. But to my knowledge, I can play animations forward or backwards. So I'm keeping just the one animation. If it comes to it where I have to do two, then I'll just have to make two separate animations and play them separately. But that's where we are on that. So we have 3 animations down. I still need to make a walking animation. That's quite important. At the moment, it can stay in one spot. It can look around. It can attack on the spot, and it can assemble, deassemble itself. But it needs to be able to walk. So walking. Now, for the very least, I need it to be able to walk forward. Now, as far as it turning, whether I just turn the model and I keep the walking forward animation while the model's turning, whether that would suffice, I'll have to have a think. At the very least, I need to make the walking forward animation and see how that looks when just turning the model. And whether it'll look a little bit too janky. As far as that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of draw a line of like how smooth do I want this to be? Like, do I want to polish it to the point where it's kind of believable, or am I happy just to have early game kind of animations where characters' feet slide around, their mouths don't quite move as you'd expect, or their body movements are quite rigid? Or do I go for the smooth experience where it looks as kind of believable and engaging as possible? But I don't know. Like, I can only kind of go as far as my skills take me. And go, well, is it going to take me too long to achieve this as a solo indie developer? And it might be the case that I get so far and I kind of ask people to help me polish some of the parts. Like, okay, I have these animations, can they be improved? Can you add additional animations? Can somebody just help me with these kind of things, just to refine it? But at the very least, I need to have the bulk of it kind of completed. So we'll make a walking animation today. That's the only fundamental thing missing from this guy. I think once the walking animation is in there, it could be usable. I would like to make another attack, which is the two kind of fist slam. So that could be a modification of the initial attack, which is like a crouch and swipe. Because the crouching part, I think I could reuse. So as it crouches, the fists could come together, and as it crouches, it continues bringing the fist down, and that becomes a sort of like an area of effect attack as opposed to a melee. It's not going to have a ranged attack. The good thing about fighting this particular creature is that if you're far enough away from it, it can't hurt you, because it will never chase after you that quickly, and it'll probably give up because it's a lot of effort to chase you. You trouble, or why are you Baron Fire, get shock, you hang a man, you hang him high in a tree top of sound, get drop a Burrow Banton, do that must be the lyrics that Burrow chat. There we go, nice white man rendition. Completely ruined. How's it going, Jeffrey? Good to see you. What's wrong with copy? Scanning, maybe? Boom, what this, what that, Burrow Banton, the chat. Great new action. I'm good. Glad to hear. I shall now draw a tarot card for you. Oh, thank you. Have you changed so that works already? It should. No. Let's have a look. Why won't they should work? Because I don't think they're specific to you. Oh no, I know why. Because you've changed the yeah, because you've changed the actual thing to it. I got you. Okay. It's against the rules. I apologize. I retract all thanks. Yeah, I should change that now. It's not Aussie. Cool. Yeah, so anything is just prefixed with that instead. Cool. I should do this as we speak. There it is. Let's edit. If we don't do it now, it's not going to get done. Save. So that is turtle. So Aussie should just be Aussie by itself anyway. But then the sticker needs to be changed. Because when you call the sticker... Let's save that. Is that the only two? It's just those two, isn't it? Cool. Those two are now changed in the bot. Cool. So that should do its thing. If I yes. And the other one's turtle. There's turtle. Awesome. Cool, thank you for reminding me. Nice. Again, told off by my own bot. You cannot call this more than once in a short space of time. Cool, now we're walking. Animation set. Just need to put in the motions. So walking initially is going to be just the legs. And I can then apply the upper body to kind of move with it. Now it's not going to run, so we don't need to do a run animation. But any character models that have a walk or a run, I'd have to make two separate animations. And Unity has a built-in feature that will blend between walking and running, which seems very clever to me. That it'll just look at the two animation states and go, oh, we can kind of make an in-between state where they're kind of moving from walking to running. And it effectively makes you a third animation, which is the transitional animation, which is really cool. But fortunately, this rock golem can't run, which is best for everyone concerned. So I am going to actually select everything here. We shall select and delete. Cool, there is no animation in there now. Panda! Hey Cobbler, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good day, Hug. Good day. Good day indeed. I'm just gonna insert keyframe, location and rotation for everything, just to be on the safe side. Anything we don't move, I can then remove those keyframes. That's what I'm going for anyway. But we have a base now. So, should we go for the right leg, starting on the right leg first? During shuffling, a card fell, then it wants to say something. It's the King of Swords, but reversed. It means you are stuck somewhere. Can be in your own brain, by overthinking, or of course a controlling person. Interesting. That could apply to at least a couple of things in my life. Oh, there's some vinyl and CDs I didn't have yet. Ooh. I've not actually ordered. I've been wanting to order vinyl for ages. I just can't justify spending money generally at the moment. Including new Venom and Lamb of God albums, both who came out shortly ago. Really close to each other. I didn't know Lamb of God's got a new album. Do like a bit of Lamb of God. Then I noticed both accidentally gave the album the same name. Oh wow. Looked up the interviews, they didn't know. Wow. That's quite fun. It's like the universe kind of sort of called that name out to them both. And they went, yep, we'll name our album this. So there's a couple of indie games that got released within 1 week of each other that had exactly the same name. Neither dev were aware of each other until they both released their games, and then it got pointed out, both of your games have got the same name. So they teamed up and made a bundle pack on Steam for both their games, which is pretty cool. And I was like, did I order the same one twice or by accident? Nope. Yeah, I can't remember what the game was called actually. They're not the same. Like the gameplay for both games is different. They just happen to call them both the games the same thing. But that's why I believe having your name out there and in promotion and stuff as early as you can certainly helps keep your project unique. Another card sprung out during shuffling. The cards are either talkative or have very unsteady hands. I think it's the former, yeah. Yeah, my ability to shuffle cards shot up in the air. Ooh. Depends how you want to read that, I suppose. Is there some high energy in the cards today, or as you say, your hands are just not? Also send it to you since this deck is very cool and cute. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I am hopeless at shuffling cards. I think I kind of probably frustrate my friends. We're playing card games and I start shuffling. They watch me shuffling. I can see in their eyes they're going, yeah, that's not a good shuffle, but we don't care. It doesn't really affect the gameplay. So I have a number of like group games that require you to shuffle a deck of cards. They're all very low intensity type games, so it doesn't really matter. One of the games is called Panda Party. That's a fun indie card game from an Australian game maker. So paid into a Kickstarter for that. And another card game I got recently is are they German? I think it might be a German card game creator. It's all in English though. And that's a fun mechanic called probably illegal. And that's very much a illegal activity on one card, and then you have to pick out elements from your hand and make a story of how you suffice this illegal activity using cards from your hand. So it's kind of like a short story scenario thing. I can shuffle well, not amazing with tricks, but it does the job. Yeah, that's fair. It's the magician, by the way, means willpower. Could be meant regarding the last one, that willpower shall be needed and is existing if digging in oneself and not letting the negative powers that want to trap win. Ooh. Yeah, again, I can apply that to those situations very easily. Because I suppose the elements of being stuck doesn't come without reasoning, I suppose. Actually, yeah. Yeah, anything that's been stuck so pairs well with willpower, or the lack of, or the needing of, I suppose. It's probably not really the lack of willpower. It's probably the needing of more than usual willpower to push through what is ever sticking. Which kind of justifies why you would be stuck, because your usual amount of willpower is not enough to keep you moving. You will have to fight.
Epic!
I've seen this deck design. It is epic. Nice. Yeah, I like looking at decks and stuff. Like sort of the images and the sort of choices for design. Cool, I see the message. Oh, that is cute. I like it. Right, we can start with the right foot. It was odd, even though I personally am right-handed and would start with my right foot, animating this character feels easier from the left. Well, those two fell, still got to do a real draw. As you say, depending on how you interpret it, maybe the energies in that deck really wanted to force those two out to make a point. How's the rigging going? Pretty good. So I'm happy with the movements of the golem. That I feel it kind of moves as I would expect. It's a little bit awkward in places, but then I am the one who's deciding how it moves at the end of the day. What I will do, because I've already got I got one attack, I have one idle animation, and I have a scanning alert kind of animation. They took a little bit of time to get there, but again, I'm learning. This is the first character I've fully animated to this degree. I have animated in Blender, I have animated in Unity, and it's pretty much the same progress. You're just taking the points, you're rotating it, you're moving it. There's IK Bone that might be useful for you, but I've tried it only a few times. Okay. Yeah, I need to kind of look into more for smoother workflows and stuff that's going to help me progress quicker. For now, I'm happy learning with the basics. Without adding too much into it. And then once I understand this, I feel if I add some plugins, I go, this is why it's easier to do and why and what it's doing. It's like one bone can control a chain of bones naturally. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of thing is good for snakes and tails and stuff, isn't it? If you want a more flowy kind of thing, like animating a leg, for instance, I'm having to kind of adjust every bone. No, it's been used to a Veyrig. It's been used for every rig. Cool, yeah. That's cool. But yeah, I suspect it'd be especially useful for longer things where you have multiple chains of bones, as you say. But even like a leg with 3 bones, it would be useful. Because again, I could download an animation profile and attach it to this. Ooh, okay, let's have a look at the shots. Oh, okay. Ah, that is quite smart. They just it kind of treats it as if it is a physical model, doesn't it? Then, so by you grabbing and moving part of it, the rest of it naturally like responds. Okay. Like top comment on there is this would have been good to know 2 hours ago. Yeah. So is that a natural part of Blender then? I'm just going to watch this through and see. So inverse kinematics. So that is in. Oh, there's inverse kinematics. Okay, the IK stretch. On this video show, okay. $115. Let's have a look at that one.
In this Blender tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can quickly
110. Cool, yeah. I found that section. So you have to make additional bones for controlling the joints. Detach them. Okay. So I've already kind of rigged the model where they haven't quite rigged it yet. So we have constraints. Let's go back into object mode and to edit. Probably do with actually stretching these foot bones out because they're very tiny. So we'll see it's in pose mode there. Let's go back to that 110. Reversed Wheel of Fortune. Again, one about being stuck. There's a theme. Yeah, it's slightly worrying, but at the same time understandable the way it's kind of especially a conversation I had with a colleague today. So there's three things in my life at the moment that could apply to. And each of them would require a lot of willpower to overcome, which is probably where most of my problem comes from. Is that each three things would be sticking me, and how much energy do I put into each three of them? Do I divide my energy between all three, or do I put all my energy into one and just kind of just be happy with the other two being where they are? So that kind of a compounded stuckness. So they're suggesting we make some controller bones. Let's do this then. That hinges there, so now a couple of controller bones on the bottom. If time permits, full energy, but one by one. Yeah. I certainly have ones that I feel like could be beneficial. Out of the three, I can see a priority on the three. But I need to put full energy into at least one of them to feel some kind of progress. And I've been dividing my energy at the moment. So I need to draw back what energy I'm putting into the other two. Focus on the one. Which I think is mostly my issues, that I'm dividing my energy too much. And nothing moves. So I need to put a controller. Let's follow this video a little bit more. So on the knee joint. So effectively the knee joint is that one there. Okay, so we have a couple of controller bones now. I pet a cat today. I saw. Is that your neighbour, your friends? So you're looking after a cat for somebody? It's very fluffy. Yeah, any day where you can pet a cat is a good day. Press Option or Alt P and clear the parent. Clear parent. Almost 21-year-old ragdoll. They also got one that is 1-year-old. Oh, wow, 21-year-old. Doing very well. It's Damien. Damien is 15. Yeah, I think he's 15, 16. I think he's 16. He's a 16-year-old cat. He's doing okay. I mentioned his health's not great. It's still not perfect, but he is being defiantly persistent at the moment. Right, so we're following the tutorial so far. So basically detach the parent, move the controller bones out. Ozzy got to be 15. My first one was 19. Middle is 7. Oh. Yeah, I hope Damien still has a sort of at least another year. I know his health is declining, but he's still happy. He's just a thin cat these days. Go home, me streambot. You're drunk. Cleared the parent. Moved it out. What's the next bit? Now we wait to go to pose mode. Make sure these bones are in the right position. I want to make sure that they're in the right spot. The left or right, yeah. So this tutorial is obviously great for the fact that it shows you from everything from start to finish. Whereas we are very much halfway through what they're doing with this anyway. Well, I'm going to save this to a playlist of useful videos I have. Ah, there it is. I sell emotes. Hey Lisa, you sell the best emotes. All those awesome emotes there. Miss having a cat. Yeah, I bet. Might to also help. Okie doke. So a quick look at that one as well. Thank you, Cobbler, for these links. I occasionally get these things pop up naturally for my my YouTube suggestions. Oh, floppy hand. It's good to see multiple tutorials on the same process. Oh well, for like literally 20 seconds, it just showed you, oh, bang, it's done. Oh, okay. Select the extra bone. Alt P for clearing the parent. Into pose mode. And shift select. Shift +1. Well, I, sorry. Shift for I. Oh, okay. Ah, it's being pose mode. Oh wow, okay. You can quite literally drag it like a ragdoll. That's what you need to do in these as well. Yeah. Active button. Okay, so I can see it's got those two bones highlighted. I probably need to look at the constraints. Let's pair these ones up. Ah, wrong bone. That bone I want to attach it to. Better follow the knee step on the first video. Yeah. Let's do this. It's doing something. It depends if there's something that's I need to do specifically for what I have here. Do I select both of the knees? Maybe I selected the wrong bone at the bottom there. It should be more of the actual foot bone. Cool, let's check that link as well. That's kind of anchored at the bottom there. Let's select these two, for instance. Yeah, I think I need to put like constraints to make it bend in the right directions. Hey Michelle, how's it going? I see we're messing with some IK, yes. It's seems quite fun, but at the same time challenging. But I like the idea that you can just kind of just drag the whole kind of rig and it just responds. But I think the key's in the setup, isn't it? Yep. If this helps me do animation, this could be fantastic. Music reminds me of Trine. Yeah, I like the music in Trine. I would quite happily buy the Trine soundtrack on vinyl and just have that playing to chill to. A general experience, apart from some of the puzzles of Trine, is quite chill. Apart from the random battles that come in. Ah, pull his leg off. Okay, I don't want to do that. It's better to be where it is there. The fact that it seems quite stiff there means I have my thoughts are it's kind of constraints. There must be some kind of constraint that's stopping it. Let's have a quick scan for this video. Yeah, this last video you think seems to be very much doing it through the properties. There's the captions. There we go. Yeah, because within like a minute they seem to have set something up that just naturally does how you expect it to work. Ah, the knee is it actually joined there? Am I missing the join between the knee and the ankle? Is that the bit I've not done then? So you clear the parents. And you parent the knee and yeah, there's a tail and a head. Aha. See, okay. So let's just rewind this slightly. So selects the knee, selects the ankle, and then parents them. So select the knee, select the ankle. I think it's Control P at this stage, is it? And not apply. How do they get that particular menu? Shift click. Yes. And then that's post context menu. Oh, they're in edit mode, that's why. There we go, that's the menu I'm after. Make. Keep offset. Okay. Let's do the same for the other one. That one to that one. Parent, make, keep offset. Then we go back into pose. Okay. He has become a cripple. Let's bring the knee back. It's still not bending where I expect it to bend. Was that a soft version of the Skyrim theme? Possibly. It doesn't really tell me. Oh, it does actually. It tells me what the current playing is. So this is Valkyrie's Call that's playing right now. I don't know what just played. Because a live... It's a live video radio. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open that video on my laptop and keep the chat on my PC. So what have I missed here? So they make the new bones for controlling. That's in pose mode. So that's up it there. Okay, you got chain length here. Do I need to increase the chain length? Is that what I missed off? Ah, this might be it. It might be the chain length then. I didn't see. Because I put the chain length to 2. Make it 3. Do the same here. see how they deal with the knee. So same thing. We connect the two. So is the... Does it actually connect the knee to a bone in this one? Chain link meaning after the number of bones it will start rotate or being affected. Among the stuff I ordered is a shaped picture disc shaped like 3 zombies. One of them is a zombie pope. Nice. Okay. So I'm looking at this. So in this particular tutorial, I linked the knee and the ankle control bones, but not actually linked the knee bone to anything at this point. Well, I've linked the knee and the ankle together. A pole target. So a target, a bone, and a pole target. Hey there, Perfect. How's it going? Good to see you. Welcome into the stream. Let's make sure I'm safe for a minute. We're just we're learning as we're going here, and I've just been made aware of IK Bones. What kind of game are you making? I am making a kind of like a basic D&D light adventure type game, single player, where a character goes on this adventure, kind of like the early Legends of Zeldas, the early Pokemon, where you kind of just set out on this adventure, and along the way you meet different creatures that are tied to different kind of world elements, and you have to learn your own elemental powers in order to survive and defeat them. This guy is mainly kind of stone rock based. Seems a cool idea, thank you. So, but I'm a very early stage of learning, so this is me still trying to make a single enemy. But we're learning cool stuff as we go. Yo, I'm late. Well, not actually. I was here at the very start, and well, my internet didn't work, so I was watching a slideshow. Oh no, boss. Well, good to see you. Glad you're able to make it. Play a bit of MC in the hope that my internet would be better, but joke's on me, it didn't. Yeah, one day that internet will speed up. Well, I guess it did, because I can fully chat now. Awesome. Yeah, so playing Minecraft always kind of kills the time beautifully. But yeah, thank you, Perfect Dev. It's Like, I grew up, like, one of my first adventure games was Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy. I just love that kind of just wandering around, solving puzzles, fulfilling quests, and just it's an adventure. Even if it was on rails to a certain degree, it was still a fun adventure, and discovering how you move on to the next stage and learning the mechanics of that. You could brute force your way through the game, but learning certain elements would benefit you and help you get through easier. So scaling that up, where you're not kind of playing with Pokemon, it is you, and you're just out there fighting. But that's kind of my inspirations, my early experiences with adventure RPGs, where it's not too complex. You don't have to worry about sort of particular stats. You don't have to worry about sort of leveling up anything in particular, but it is there if you want to focus on that. But it's going to be a little while, because if it's taking this long on one guy, but once I learn how to make this guy effectively do what I want, then sky's the limit. Found a cool story game yesterday. The art style is quite programmer art. Some might say no effort, but the story is solid 8.5 out of 10. The immersion lacks, but I won't complain. Oh, that's cool. It's hard to kind of be good at everything, I suppose. That indie devs kind of really try and sort of put every single different hat on. It doesn't always work out for the best, but if they've done a good job on that, that's pretty cool. The minimum specs needed for it is basically nothing. Awesome, even better. Now, I don't judge a game by its graphics. Now, if I have fun doing something silly, with like a cube, that to me is a fun game. That it could literally be a cube on the screen. And there are games that sort of your protagonist, your main character, is a cube. It could be a square, it could be 2D and be a square. There could be a game out there that is just basically the default cube, just doing its thing. If there isn't, then that's a fun idea for another project. Yeah, that's what I'm missing, a pole target, so... Maybe I didn't do that quite right. Let's So I feel I want to detach these two things. I do that. Yes. Okay. But yeah, we're still learning how to do stuff here. But I think once I can animate efficiently, then I'm gonna be flying with this. Guess who's got 2 thumbs and just disconnected? Me. Oh no, bot. Oh. No rest, is there? It was made over a span of 3 years in the dev's free time, but I think the programmer art is intentional because they had some cool illustrations and sound design was amazing. Awesome. Yeah, I'd like to think this project will probably take 2 years, but 3 years is probably more realistic. At least for polish. I would like to say 2 years for the core of it, and then the 3rd year will be the polish. So how does this behave now I've attached? It's not quite what I was intended there. I'm missing something. Do I need to? So once you attach the the bone. So what is that? Let's go back on this video here a sec. So the target needs to be the pole target. Which we've got there. And the bone. So that bone there needs to be this. So that's the phi L 001. That needs to be that. Is that right? Not quite. Be right back, dog walkie time. Oh yes, blimey, okay. There's some weird stuff going on here. Tell you what. Let's rewind all this. Yes, be right back. Okay. Hope you both enjoy the dog walk. So that is phi L 001. That is phi R 001. Okay. That's foot. That's foot. So let's rewind this video a little bit. And just.
How about a hug?
Hey, Perfect Dev 2. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Much appreciate that. And that message pops up because we used to get a lot of people following and immediately trying to sell stuff. But thankfully, we've moved away from that. But you're more than welcome to discuss your own personal stuff, as long as you're not trying to get me to buy it. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. But when we stop talking because my internet keeps disappearing and probably missed some of the things you said. Yeah, that's okay. I don't have a problem with what you're dealing with. Obviously you do, but whatever you have to deal with, bots, you deal with that. So I try not to learn too much on stream that requires me to read or watch videos because it's not entertaining. But I feel it kind of helps people. We all kind of discuss stuff. You seem like a chill guy. Honestly, keep going. I'm sure your idea will grow. Well, thank you, Perfect Dev. It will. I've done a lot of on paper planning, but it does require me to up my skills, which is kind of what the streams are. You folk are experiencing me learning the skills to make a game in an effective manner. But thank you for your compliments. I do appreciate that. But it's thanks to many people in the community and their recommendations and suggestions that I've got as far as I have so quickly, I think, because even with Cobbler Live recommending using IK Bones, like I didn't even know what IK Bones are. But it makes perfect sense to let the engine of Blender do a lot of the work for you, rather than you having to do everything manually. But it's just a case of setting it all up, and then the rest will flow. So they're using the knee control bone as the pole. Let's put the captions on. I can actually see what they're saying. So I don't like playing other people's content on my stream. So I do have to watch YouTube videos with the captions so I can understand what they're saying without you guys having to hear it. It's a pose mode. So at the moment we have there's a swinging leg, which is pretty cool, I suppose. Not gonna lie, people like you motivate me to keep going. Oh, that's cool to know. Yeah, and likewise, people coming to say hello and give me support keeps me going as well. It's honestly kind of comforting to know that I'm not just struggling with this because it's hard for me to do. I'm struggling because it is hard. But knowing that there are easier ways to get around things and you learn them, eventually you get better. I think not. Maybe I'm watching at 144p. Oh no. Oops. Wrong text, Cobbler. Yeah, unfortunately I can't read. Yeah, it's a bit advanced, yeah. But I need to learn these kind of things. But this is advanced but useful. And all those videos you've linked me so far are very useful to go, okay, click, done. Like, oh wow. It's just understanding how. Last bit of message, a story game incoming. It's called Chronicles of Cyberpunk. Ooh, that's a cool name. It follows the main character who is in a simulation, and everybody is trying to turn the player against some guy to give the player the motivation to get back. Against some guy to give the player motivation to get back. So kind of like pointing towards like this antagonist, I suppose, is it? Go back to the real world. He's asleep. Okay. So is this person they're being pointed towards? Is that kind of the representation of what's holding them there, I suppose? Very Matrix-like, I suppose. The Matrix was very cyberpunk before cyberpunk really became sort of popularized. I suppose even Matrix probably helped popularize it. Try not focusing on just stats leveling. I feel that is what makes the game too boring. If it just focuses on stats, yeah. But I feel the same though. Perfect Dev. Like, I will play games for hours that have grinding mechanics, and I feel I can't finish them because I get stuck in the trap of repeatedly grinding to level, raise the stats. And once I've done all that, then I start playing the game. If I'm still interested by that point, I might get bored before I finish maxing my levels out. So even though I kind of partially enjoy grinding in games, I feel it stops me from enjoying the game, and I don't want to impose that on people playing my game. I want progression to be natural. So as you sort of continue through the game, your character will get stronger, they will get more power, but grinding won't get you there. The way you get more power is through questing, through helping NPCs. Like the NPC will say, I am stuck, I need your help with this. And as a reward, I will point you in the direction of something that will help you. And then you find out, you go there, and eventually you'll find something like an item or an area which will then help boost your character. And then you move on to the next thing, which you'll get more powerful through the story progression, not through just repeatedly killing the same thing over and over. I have thought potentially of like an accuracy stat, that the accuracy stat will improve the more you fire a fireball, for instance. Maybe it misses the first few times, but after you've used fireball a little bit, you actually stop missing, which would make sense in the real world, that you'll get better at aiming a fireball. You could still grind that, I suppose, but it's not going to be necessarily like a power. It's more like a realistic, you just get better at it. And I know there's some games that the more you hit something with a sword, the better your sword proficiency gets. But yeah, the general power will come through questing. I always love the idea of a game, but hate it after because it just focuses on those. Yeah. There's been so many games where I've just power leveled, I've just done nothing. And even that with like the old Pokemon games. I bought Leaf Green on the Nintendo Switch. And I will power level my Pokemon up to the point where the game becomes a breeze. It's no longer a challenge because I've focused too much on the leveling. It's not about the strategy anymore. It's just, well, I've power leveled these Pokemon to an insane level. I can just wipe the floor with everyone now. And I kind of enjoy doing that, but I'm stuck doing the same grind for ages. We have the same mindset. That's cool to know. I tried playing the sequel, but it didn't work for some reason. Anyways, how the stone golem going? How's the stone goleming? Get it stone golem plus going here. I'm not so funny. You are funny, Bob. I like it. By the way, I 100% have not heard Smith because I just you're not heard because you disconnected again, but we don't talk about it. I'm completely wrong. Wrote the wrong message. It's all good. All good. But yeah, there's certain elements in games that I don't mind. But because I know myself and I know how other people, like, will the Stone Golem have any abilities? So, all this will have 2 attacks. One is a melee style sweeping kind of arm sweep. And the other one will be an AoE area where it kind of slams on the ground. So the melee attack will, if you're directly in front of it, you're gonna get punched. But if you're near it, the AoE will cause damage. But other than that, it's gonna be not gonna be a ranged enemy. It's not gonna be able to attack you unless it's right near you. And it's gonna be slow. It's gonna be a slow movement, so the player could run circles around it. But if it slams the ground and you're near it, it's gonna hurt you. It should show Perfect Dev the Trello. We get a chance. Oh yes, I can show the Trello. I do have some enemies in mind that will have ranged attacks and things they can do that the player would have to apply more strategy to. But let's bring up the Trello now you mentioned it. So all my planning is in Trello, which is a brilliant planning tool. Let's pop this over here. Go to Trello. Oh, error. Okay, let's log back into Trello. Why did it log me out of Trello? Okay. I've sent you an email with your code. Okay. Let's go to my emails. Yeah, there's going to be different things to learn and sort of, but it's certainly not going to be a Dark Souls level of pattern recognition. Because I don't want you have to sort of sit there learning patterns of every enemy. At least knowing that this golem will slam the ground, this golem will swipe at you. But once you know that this is what the behavior is, you just kind of learn to move around it. Well, I got a lot of emails in that mailbox. Maybe extra ability for Stone Golem would be that he controls stone from maybe attaching his hand into the wall. Ooh. It could be like a rock thrower at that point. Kind of like grabbing and just kind of throwing a rock. Because it's going to be imbued with the magic elemental of rock, I suppose. Like all of the creatures are going to have a magical element binding them. And then the player would have to learn the same elements in order to control and compete against these creatures. Now, where has this code gone to? What a weird email. Okay, it's not coming through there. Trello's managed by Atlassian, which also controls Jira and Confluence. It's more of a business thing. But every time I have to log back in, there'll be different variants of creatures. Yes. So if I can get into my emails. So like the golem, for instance. The golem's going to have a lot of counterparts. At least in function. So the basic one is going to be this rock one we're seeing here. But as a fire elemental variant, it's going to be like magma lava based rock, where it's going to be kind of dripping a bit of molten rock, and as it slams the ground, it will leave a patch of hot ground, which not only will hurt on the slam, but continue to be an AoE area that if the player stands in, it's going to burn them, and it will cool down after a literal cooldown. Back again, hopefully. Okay, Dobot, hopefully. And this could be ice variant, where it's basically be sort of either it could be like a yeti, so like a big furry kind of bipedal creature that is basically ice based and will do a similar thing where if it touches something it's going to be cold or frozen, or it's going to be made of ice. I haven't quite decided whether it's going to be literal ice, because ice seems quite brittle, whereas if it's a big kind of muscly sort of yeti kind of thing, it can still have the ice element to it. What is going on with all my spam? Yeah, where it says dear customer. No, it's not. Yeah, it might help me have to get into. Can I get to it on my on Chrome? I'm not using the same browser. Let's close that. Trello. I absolutely hate Google, where it gives you about 5 or 6 different things that you didn't ask for, that these companies have paid for to show instead of the thing you're searching for. Log in. Okay, so I have to go to an email. Yeah, if I get the email to let me log into my own Trello account, I can then show you. Considering getting my server out and watching your stream on there, but I did want to look for its screen and keyboard. Yes, my server has a laptop. It's just a laptop motherboard. In mine it's still a server. Yeah. Anything's a server if you want it to be. Okay, I think if you see the first part of the video and follow it, you'll get it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be quite easy to follow. My laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port, but my server does, and that's why I can see. Yeah, just seeing if I can get to Trello. Did I put it in my junk? So much junk email. I'll have to do another stream. I can try and get my Trello logged in before stream, and I'll show it. But I got all of my ideas in there, which is annoying because I can't refer to it until I can get it to actually email me. But yeah, so let's go back to this tutorial. So what we have at the moment, yeah, so that's kind of behaving like I'd expect it to there. Not sure if renaming them is important, but it's good practice. Oh yeah. It's good to know where things are. Let's copy her name, yeah, because this is called poll, isn't it? It's not attached to anything. So that is called poll phi rather than phi to below 1. Let's go back to edit mode. Doing IK, yes. Yeah, trying to get the IK setup working. There we go. So we'll change it. So it's phi L, but it's poll phi L. Poll dash phi L. Mine worked well when I followed the tutorial. Awesome. Yeah, I need to actually stare at it and follow it. My problem is I keep looking away to check chat and I go, oh shit, I missed a bit. So, poll dash phi L. Okay, we'll follow this through here. So we've got to change those to poll. Let's rewind it a little bit. Yes, we did all that. We did that. Names to poll, yeah, so we've just done that. So we're in pose mode and then we go to that stage. Shared in Discord, awesome. Thank you, Cobbler. How often do you stream? So I stream Blender every Wednesday. So I usually put a couple of hours in on Wednesdays to do Blender stuff. On Fridays I try Unity. So I'm working on another project in Unity on Fridays, which is my let's make a silly game in Unity, which has become a large headache as opposed to a silly game. But again, it's learning. The idea being, if I learn with this game on Fridays, I will learn all the things I need to actually then start using these assets in my next project. So I'm kind of building the assets for the next project while finishing my first kind of Unity project. We have found assets, so the stuff from packs and all this. So basic kind of medieval pack I bought. I've made a nice game out of it, just to learn game creation, and then I'm making my own assets models in Blender to then put into the next project on Fridays. But then on Mondays I stream as well, just playing video games. So Mondays is gaming, Wednesdays is Blender, and Fridays is Unity. Kudos for you learning IK. I'm so scared to try. It seems pretty straightforward, but it's a case of making sure all the elements line up. Thank you, Cobbler, for... Yeah, that seems pretty nice, that does there. Big smooth movements. Make sure to always be there. Awesome, thank you, Perfect Dev. I don't expect any of you to be here. Like, the fact that you turn up when I hit stream is amazing, and I am thankful. The Cobbler, how blind, indeed. I guess not scared, just lazy. There's an element in there like, so it's fear of messing something up. Like, how much energy does it gonna take me to learn something new, put time in? Like, a good portion of this stream has been trying to understand IK, and to me it looks straightforward. I understand what he's doing. It's the setup, and once I understand the setup and why certain things are set up the way they are, but it might be one of these things I need to kind of sit and study. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Blender that you just kind of need to sit and stare at the screen a bit and follow along and try different bits. And trust me, Hogs, it's just a few steps in your set. Cool. Because yes, very short video. I'll go off for today. I've been working all day and I'm tired. Bye. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Perfect Day. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long day for me as well. But it's nice to relax with a bit of fun streaming. But thank you for popping in. Thank you for the follow today. I do appreciate that. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I shall see you next time. Let's have a quick watch of this video here. So you got the movement there. So you select that, so you're in pose mode. You select and you show how that pose targets armature, target armature. So again, yeah, you followed exactly what that video is. There's no constraints on anything but that shin bone. Okay. Let's go back into pose mode. I think this is where our thing is here then, so. Be right back, okie dokie bot. Okay, so we got Meta Rig, which is what you call the armature in there, and that's called Meta Rig on the video. So that actual bone there is called foot. It should really be shin because that's the foot down here. That's called toe. I've changed the bones are slightly different. So that's a toe, that's a foot. It is kind of the foot there. But either way, I want to be able to move the foot. But maybe it should be, because that's a thigh bone, that's a shin bone. So maybe it should be controlling that one rather than that one. But the principle should be the same regardless, shouldn't it? It's whatever bit is controlling, it needs to it needs to be able to move. So that is attached to that. So the pole target is that, and the bone. Here's pole fire up. I'm back human with a new injury. Oh no. Don't know if I told you, but I also threw my back out last Sunday. So we had arm, back, and now a new one since 3 minutes, leg. Last January was all three, but oh no. How did you manage that? That needs to be lifting. Something's not lifting there. Maybe I need to make it the toe instead. But let's start again. Let's delete these. Donnie wanted to kill a dog. So I kept close, jumped with power against my lower leg, felt it disconnect both in my ankle and my knee for a sec. Also heard it both sides pop, 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 pop. Oh. Since then it hurts. I bet, yeah. She basically pulled your leg out. I yelled out aloud, God, oh. At night in my bad street. Oh no. Oh, I can imagine that would woken up a few people. Oh, hope it's not too painful now. Luckily, I was healed fast. Cool. That's something at least. I'm back. Welcome back, boss. Right, let's follow this again. I've reset this, so let's follow it again. How's our key going? Slowly. Having to keep going back and trying again. But we've cleared the parent. It might be one of these things I need to do off stream, so I can put 100% of my focus into it. Did it 4 time. I'll get it. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. I understand generally what it's doing. It's just making sure it's all settings in the right place. The wanting to kill Dodig standard. I'm very used to that. Uno's the same, maybe worse. At least very different. But also had humans. So they got it right, yeah. But I found Blender is pretty forgiving on this kind of stuff. And that's why I've saved periodically as I've worked with this particular model. So I know I can do this kind of stuff. I can throw a load of different settings at it. If it doesn't go well, I just close Blender and reopen it and carry on. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna lose anything. Right, let's follow this again. Because they're attaching it to the shin, which is what I've been doing. Like Donya sees and gets angry already, wants to attack, or when they are very close, bite. But it's very like visible what she wants. Uno, though, Uno's an asshole. Uno keeps quiet, stares and waits. And then, when close enough, bites something in half. He's a deadly assassin. I love how your experience with Blender is so much better than mine. You saying Blender is forgiving. Every time I use Blender, I invent new ways to mess up my model. I swear it's... As long as you save often when you're happy with a model, and not just save the same file. This is my 4th file for this model. So I have 4 duplicates of this model. So I've done a thing, I'm happy with that. I've created a duplicate save to do another thing with the model, and then create a duplicate save to do another thing. So if I end up screwing up this one and saving it, I can always go back to save 2 when I did that one. Save Arduino, yeah. Key thing of anything creative and artistic. Save often and make backups. Let's really start saving, yeah. Saving more. Well, you can save yourself. But yeah, save often and have backups. And that applies to anything. That could be coding. It could be music. It could be sort of 2D art, 3D art. Because saving often can be bad if you save over something with a bad copy. Save myself from Blender Hellscape. Yes. Right, so I feel in this particular instance, I do want this handle controlling that bone. I'm pretty certain that's what needs to happen here. My father did some training at another dog club for German Shepherds, just to see how others do it. He can't come back since the 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter concrete block they chain dogs to for certain practices. He pulled out of the ground. I've told you he lifts frozen bites in half 40 centimeter diameter trees. Wow, yeah. Yeah, he's a powerful dog. It reminds me, I had a mod pack where I had my main survival world, and I added a new mod and it required new versions of the older mods, which broke other stuff, and now my world is corrupt. Oh no. Oh, that's gutting. That's the point. How's our Minecraft world, Jeffrey? Does that need to be logged in? I know we tried to upgrade that at one stage and it just went, nope, nothing's working. And that's even without mods. Upgrading is a dangerous thing. Donya is same breed. I gave him one of his playing sticks. Read that as tree. She couldn't lift it. Oh, chill out, bot. I can't read the... What's my bot doing? She couldn't lift it. He's definitely built within the powerful breed. Yeah, her. Our server shall always stay this version. Yes, I'm quite happy with this version. It's a blessing in disguise because I like my new world better, even though I have to start from scratch. Yeah, you do find sort of starting again can be a good thing, even if it's painful. A blessing in disguise. Yeah, yeah, gave her. Yeah, gave her one of his playing sticks. But yeah, so Uno's bigger though, isn't he, compared to Donya? Like he's a more bulk. 1.2, 1.5, and the server's still alive. I keep that. Awesome. Thank you for your service, Jeffrey. We shall return to that server. We shall make more things. There's still more things to be made. First mining trip already got me 10 diamonds somehow. Nice. Yes, but he's also bigger than other males I see at the club. But not even the biggest in size, but extremely muscly. He just seems like a solid mass of muscle in a dog shape. He's just one dog-shaped muscle. I only play 1.21.1 because it's the only version which supports the mods I like. That's fair. Yeah, you tend to find that certain mods work with certain versions of games, and you kind of can't upgrade because the mod authors just haven't upgraded or can't find a way to upgrade it. It's a shame, but it's to be expected. I've not played it for ages, but Beat Saber is very much like that. So Beat Saber has a lot of mods for it, but again, because the community maintain mods, they only work with certain versions of Beat Saber. But there's a mod launcher that allows you to have multiple versions of Beat Saber installed, and you just pick the version you want to run. Much like Minecraft, I suppose. Is that an accurate description? Well, for Uno, one big dog-shaped muscle. It's honestly amazing how community actually carries some games. Yeah. As again, you take Beat Saber, it's a very basic game of music and you whacking glowing sticks at blocks. But because of the mods added to that game, you've got modded music packs, you have modded sabers, different kind of plugins and everything. Like, it becomes a huge thing that people have to try this mod to go, oh, this game's amazing with this mod. And that applies to a lot of games. Like Minecraft has so many mods now, and I know they've incorporated some mods into a regular launcher and stuff. And same with Skyrim. Skyrim put a lot of their mods into a launcher officially. I don't know if any of the mods authors actually got anything from that, or whether they say, well, it's our game, you made a mod for it, it becomes our property kind of thing. Which becomes a shame in some ways, but it's cool that those mod authors actually see their mods being recognised. The same as Stardew Valley. We used to play a lot of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley as a game is amazing by itself, but the amount of mods out there that just extend it to the experience that you want as a player. Now, if you want to have sort of a bigger map sort of to play on, there's Stardew Valley Expanded. It just expands the entire world. Now, if you want to play with Mandalorian and Grogu as a villager, you can have Mandalorian and Grogu in your Stardew Valley village. You want an entire extra town, you can have Rishai Valley. All these extra things. Never mind, opening Discord makes stream buffer. Oh, Discord is quite resource intensive for a chatting app. It's a shame, really. But yeah, you can send something in Discord a bit later. I'm quite happy to read it, see it later. But yeah, there's so many cool things that get added as mods. Have some good news from Discord though. Ooh. We like good news. Yeah, thank you for that video, by the way, Cobbler. I'll keep trying this. They officially support Arch Linux. Ooh. This is good. This is what I wanted to send in Discord. YouTube block this. Your muscle has a nice dog. Yeah, I have to have a look into what YouTube's doing. It's been blocking so many people's messages, not just yours. Accurate description, yes. Muscle isn't allowed in YouTube. It might be the combination of your and muscle, which again is still weird. Also, you remember every Friday night I say I have to grind. Well, I never did. Actually, haven't opened Godot until today, and I've made a new feature. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so some days you just can't work on something. But you get there again. Muscle isn't oh yeah, what don't they censor? Yeah, like YouTube's been weird recently, like the censoring seemingly innocent comments and don't know exactly what's being blocked, but can't send that full sentence. So the full sentence would have been your muscle has a nice dog. Whether the AIs interpreted that as something offensive, whether it considers your muscle to be potentially something sort of, because I think it was blocking your muscle otherwise. So muscle has a nice dog. I don't know, weird. I can't even invent a way that would be seen as controversial or used in a offensive like. I mean, if you think about it deeply, I guess it can be non-PG. Like that. Yeah. You have to really stretch about it. If you have to really think about a sentence to make it non-PG. I think YouTube is reaching here. I'm pretty sure super young people won't get it. Yeah. It's not gonna, like, unless people have been saying such things as a harassment or bullying, I can't see a reason. I'm going to follow this tutorial a little bit more. So we've got to 1 minute 30 in this video quite happily. I'm pretty sure I'm happy with how. I said another recent pic taken last Saturday. Okay, look. Good looking, this guys. Let's have a look at this picture. Oh, yeah. Here's solid dog. So that kind of like forward pushing stance as well. It's kind of like slanted out, sort of like ready to push away. Have I missed a bit? Let's rewind this video all the way back. Okay, so they name that IK. Let's do the same thing. Let's rename this one as well. Last message of my game, I got the idea for a new feature, which is just a cardboard box which you can package items in from the Minecraft crate mod, because I wanted a way to give the player multiple items from a quest. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we follow the name convention from the video as well. What I'm going to do is do a save as at this point. We'll continue on a new save. Okay, so we've done that. So we go into pose mode. Move those forward. So there's a little bit of a gap there now. I think the main reason I don't like saving is because the file dialog takes forever to show. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it becomes slow and sluggish for you, and it's deterring a bit. For me, it's pretty quick, so it doesn't take a moment to even like create a new file from what I'm working on. Oh, even worse than the God Whore. So we got this WhatsApp group for the neighborhood, neighborhood watch thing, all Bible about people in there, of course. Add bone constraint. And I was sending a pic to a friend, some very weird fantasy style art of, let's say, a very well endowed medieval people. Oh no. Almost sent it there. Almost. Could have been a that could have been an issue. Inverse kinematic. Cool. So we've done that. So we go that. Click on that. And bone. Oh, okay. There's something I missed there. So when the tutorial just goes click click and it moves on very quickly. You only have to blink and you miss something. So okay, Shin, so what's that? So that's the IK Shin. Dancing Golem, yes. So that bone there needs to be the IK foot left. Right, okay. You go to edit mode. You know what they do at this point here? He doesn't dance to Billie Jean, he dances to Boulder John. Like it. Oh. Let's go back again because I missed that. Go in edit mode. Select that. So we're in edit mode, select that, go to here. And it's in relations. Okay, there's no parent. Right. So they basically made sure there's no parent in there. Cool. Boulder John is not my Boulder, he's just a boy who claims that I am the one. But John is not my son. Okay. We have that kind of movement going on. Oh, thank you for the other video, Cobbler. Aha, right, okay, that's that. Nice. Seems like I just made Boulder John is looking for his real dad. Congrats on the leg kinematics. Thank you. But I've kind of got here a couple of times already now. But it's kind of wanting... Yeah. Okay, so that definitely seems to be behaving better. So have a quick look, see what you posted here. Nice. Basically dancing chicken legs. That's pretty cool. In pose mode. Yeah. I believe now you copy all the past flipped version to the other side in post mode. Okay. Bola John can move his son. Yes, I meant to claim it's his leg. Copy on paste it, yeah. So if I want to do the knee, the thing is it's not kind of, I suppose it's that kind of bends backwards there. But I suppose doing it's kind of behaving as you'd expect, I suppose. So I would have to put a constraint on the knee joint to only bend one way, so if it go up. Double check if you don't miss anything. Yeah, it's kind of behaving how I'd expect generally this thing to behave, because they're all connected and it's moving. It might just be the way I've kind of set this up. Dance, oh yeah. So if I follow it on now to have the knee joint, I'll just give him my second handle anyway. I've made the nuclear decision to attempt to watch at a higher quality. Goodbye, crispy, stable screen. Yeah, I'll lower my bit rate for the next stream, because it is 10,000 kbs, kps, so it's a bit high. Because last time I did an auto check, it said I could stream at that, but that's not to say people can watch at that. So I need to bring it down to what people can watch at comfortably. 480p looking good. Let's just see how stable it is. Yeah. So pole target needs to be that. And bone needs to be bone. Okay. Wow, I can actually read chat on the screen now. Nice. Been a while. I'm glad you can get the quality in there. Pole angle minus 90. Okay. I missed that bit. Pole angle minus 90. Oh, maybe not minus 90 in this case, but because that's doing some weird stuff there. Also wanted to mention I got a new gradient texture out this today, so hopefully my models won't look flat anymore. Ooh, nice. Soup dance move because the movement is so fluid. I think the pole angle needs to be different. Ballerina, yeah. Put that back to 0. Or is it going to be 180? Maybe that needs to be what the thing is. God, I'm really working that foot, yeah. I suppose because of what I've chosen for the bone, it's rotating that bone there. Whereas on the example, it's effectively the knee joint. No, it is just, yeah, that is. So maybe I should put it onto that bone. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong, because I'm using the foot bone rather than the shin bone. He's cracking his foot, yes. Let's step it back. Warming up for some exercise. Oh, it's back. Welcome back, Lisa. There's those awesome notes. Right, let's remove the constraint. We'll start again, but we'll attach it to this bone, not that bone. We'll go to the other bone constraint. Inverse kinetics. Yes, that will be correct. Awesome. Yeah, so I think that's probably where I've been going wrong to certain degrees. Attaching it to a different bone and not getting the same result as I would expect. Let's undo that. Let's move that up. He slipped on the soup. Why are they calling him sideways? Too much soup. He's got drunk on the soup. Okay, let's try that again. Now with that anchor bone. That handle bone. Yeah, some weird stuff there. Guess you need to have a bone. Superman. Your marshmallow soup seems to be lost. Send social security number and I'll send you one. UPS lost your soup. Make it 2. Check the chain link. Yes, that's probably what. Yeah. I'm thinking I might have to delete and remake that. Because every time I link it, it drops back down to its default position down here. Yeah, let's delete these 2. Go into edit modes. Oh, because it's down here. Yeah, we'll delete these up here anyway. We want to remake those. Nothing wrong starting over, indeed. So we want to make an extension out of here. Rather than at the bottom there. And then we want to unparent that. It's I call police maybe for soup. Don't ask why there's only one number in there. So that is called rather than Shin 001. That is now okay. We're close to the tutorial now. The way we're doing this. You got the hook. I believe in you. Thank you, Cobbler. Okay. So making some progress there. Your new soup has been shipped. Please enter credit card details to view tracking. Oh, it's a little bit wobbly, but I think we might. I think where it got tricky for me is On the knee part, okay. To forward your message to Bob, please enter a copy of your ID. Be honest, this is leg movements not far off my own. My legs aren't particularly healthy. Now halfway there, yeah. It's a fact up it twists like that. You need the knee bone that shows in the video, yeah. Cool, okay. Let's go back to object mode. Let's go to that joint, extrude across the Y, and go this way. We'll then unparent it. To get access to my ID, please enter credit card details. More like stanky leg, yeah. So that's going to be parented, doesn't it? Let's have a look at the parenting process. Just make sure I get that the right way around. So it is select, Shift P, is it? Control P, Control P, keep offset. Okay. And that is called hold dash by left. My credit card details are locked in a safe and the password is my soup's current location and the URL to track my soup. Oh, I think we're getting something here. Looking good, yeah. Does this do anything, or is this is just our anchor? Okay, nice. Yeah, so this gives us a proper kind of save, save, damn it, quick. Yes. Cool. So we just need to copy that over to the other side now. Easy to copy in pose mode. Select the bones. So which bones? Is it this, that, and that? Then copy. Then paste flip to X. So it's these three bones. All leg bones. They're all the leg bones. So copy pose. Copies current leg pose. Selected pose? Yes. And then select all the leg bones on the other side. And then paste lip text. Word bones reminds me of Jeffrey Dahmer. Don't ask why. On the other side, paste. Paste flips. Gift card has been sent to open some absolutely safe link to enter IP address. Oh, missing bones, yeah. I need to copy the bones first, I suppose. So can I, if I go into edit mode, can I then copy these bones over? Maybe. Next, copy of selected bones within the same armature and move them. Creating's better. Okay. It's not going to be... Yeah. It's not going to be any real effort to create them. Yeah, I didn't want to create them earlier and then have to redo them all again. It's roughly about the same sort of size. Okay, let's name these appropriately. So that is RK dash shin, and that is pole phi. Okay, so we now have the equivalent on both sides. Into pose. What's happened there? Legs gone backwards. Make some note, guys, and learn something from Hug. Yeah, if you're learning from me, then I gotta be doing something right, surely. Just have to curb that twisting a little bit there. But we can put constraints on there to stop it from bending too much. Gift card sent through Bluetooth confirmed data to unlock gift card. So we copy the pose, will that copy the whole constraint, or was the bone constraint not copy? I think move the knee bone a little more forward. Got unhinged very quickly. I should have 100% made some notes and paid some attention, but I'm too focused on scanning and scanning. Ah, yes. Let's put it back to -90. Cool, yes. Oh yeah, that's far better now. Cool. Good spot cobbler. Yeah, that's a full column. Look at that motion there. You could be running. Look at those cheeks. Gollum's got back. Now, do we have to recreate the constraint on this side, or just copy the pose? I suppose it doesn't really take much time to paste pose. Okay. Copy pose. Paste flip. That's why I come to your channel every time two people are doing something incredibly productive. Other two are trying to scam each other, and once in a while, Jeffrey does it. Jeffrey. Try him now. I'm just wondering whether it's because it hasn't got a constraint. Do I have to copy the constraint over? It's Jeffrey. Yes. Yeah, I can't make a mistake of Jeffrey. R than the E, not the E and the R. Yes. It's important. I need to get those the right way around. Jeffrey. Not Jeffrey. You can copy, but I think creating them so you can rename them. Ah, yeah. Like right. Doing it confused, yeah. I'm spell bad. Yeah. That's alright. We all spell bad. I say it took me a few attempts to actually remember the right spelling of the ER. That's how the bone constraint. Oops. Well, that didn't work. Epstein. What do we do wrong there? Do they... Oh, they're not connected, are they? I don't think I've connected these two. Oh, we keep hearing Jeffrey. Epstone. Yeah, I didn't connect these two. Let's try again. So everything not quite right there, so. Hope he doesn't abuse the gravels. Yeah. Poor pebbles, yeah. No, not change the chain link, that's probably going to help. I'm absolutely vibing on whatever is playing in the background. Look at you, her killing it. Yeah, all thanks to you, Cobbler. I'd even know of inverse kinetics before the start of the stream. And you have 2 functioning legs. He can stomp as much as he wants now. So next week we're actually animated and walking. Trust me, I'm bad at it. I was practice it with you. Oh, cool. Well, glad we can all practice this together. So this calls for another save. A Cobbler lecturer. You can hop around like a bunny now. Now if you grab his belly bone, move him. Move down from his belly button. Okay. Ah! Oh my god, that would have been so much easier on the other animations I was working on. That would have been so much easier. I basically had to try and move the whole thing. Jumping Jack. Whee! Squatting Golem. It's teabagging. Eugenie's butt cheek, yeah. Look at that twerk going on there. It says this right now. There's too much rock in his too much rock in that junk there. Going to sleep now. Okay, I'm going to wrap the stream up on this bombshell of a twerking golem. Diego Felix, yes. But I'm very happy with that. That's amazing. Good night, Scammer. Cool. Good night. Let's save this once more. We'll switch over to the full camera because I feel this is a. Was my stream deck disconnected? Okay, we'll do it manually. I'm asleep. Okie dokie. Enjoy your sleep. Hope you both have a good rest. You made some good progress today. Thank you for everyone's help, especially your patience with me, Cobbler. Good night, fellow Scammer. Amazing stream and progress. Well, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for chatting and hanging out. Been awesome as always. Next Wednesday, we will make the golem do some crazy things now. Because I feel I can animate this far quicker now I've got this in place. Really enjoy your stream as like always. Well, thank you, Bot. It's been good to chat. Treat yourself with a meal. You deserve it. Thank you. I probably will. But yeah, I'm going to get some rest as well now. So you lovely folk, go and get some rest. I'll be back on Friday doing some Unity stuff. I'm trying to squash all these bugs. We're getting close. I feel we're getting closer with Unity. Getting it sort of working. But yeah, we'll see you on Friday. Have a good week. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Have a good rest. And I shall see you all on Friday. Hope you all have a good night. Good night all. Manual ending. Panda.